Adding and subtracting integers. Learning intentions. Add and subtract integers, positive and negative. Read and use the plus and minus signs correctly. Simplify a string of integers to one number. If the temperature is 2 degrees Celsius and drops 6 degrees Celsius, it is then minus 4 degrees Celsius. That is 2 minus 6 is minus 4. When combining negative and positive numbers, such as 2 minus 6, it can be very helpful to use the number line. To find 2 minus 6 on the number line, start at 0, move 2 places to the right, and then move 6 places to the left. You finish at minus 4. So we start at 0, we move 2 places to the right, and we move 6 places to the left, and we finish at minus 4. So 2 minus 6 is equal to minus 4. To find the value of minus 1 minus 4, start at 0, move 1 place to the left, and then move 4 places to the left. The result is minus 5 as shown below. So we start at 0, we move 1 place to the left, and then we move 4 places to the left, and we get to minus 5. Rules for adding integers. When there are too many numbers, it may no longer be convenient to use a number line to add integers. Take these numbers, 4 minus 6 plus 8 minus 3. Write the positive numbers first, so 4 plus 8 minus 6 minus 3. Now combine the positive numbers and negative numbers separately. So 4 plus 8 minus 6 minus 3 is going to be 12 minus 9, which is equal to 3. So 4 plus 8 is 12, minus 6 minus 3 is minus 9, and 12 minus 9 is 3. Rules for adding integers. When the signs are the same, add the numbers and retain or keep the sign. When the signs are different, subtract the numbers, start with the numerically bigger number, and keep the sign of the numerically bigger number. So for example, 4 plus 8 is positive 12, 4 minus 8 is minus 4, minus 4 plus 8 is 4, positive 4, and minus 4 minus 8 is minus 12. So the rules are for adding or subtracting integers. So the adding or subtracting integers rules are same signs, add them and keep the signs. For example, minus 2 minus 3 is minus 5 because we add the 2 and the 3 and we keep the sign of the minus. Different signs, subtract and keep the bigger sign. So for example, minus 5 plus 3 is minus 2. So when the signs are different, we're going to subtract and keep the numerically bigger sign. So 5 is numerically bigger than 3, so we keep the minus. And 3 from 5 leaves us with 2. Example 1. Express each of these as a single integer. So a single positive or negative whole number. So part 1, minus 4 minus 8. Well, here we have the same sign, so we're going to add them and keep the sign. So we get minus 12. So same signs, add them and keep the sign. Same signs, add them and keep the sign. Same signs, add them and keep the sign. Part 2, minus 7 plus 2. These are different signs, so we're going to subtract and keep the sign of the bigger number. So we get minus 5 because we subtract 2 from 7 and we keep the sign of the bigger number numerically, and the bigger number numerically is 7. So minus is in our answer, so we get minus 5. So different signs, subtract and keep the bigger sign. Different signs, subtract and keep the bigger sign. Different signs, subtract and keep the bigger sign. Part 3, minus 2 plus 5 minus 13 plus 6. So I suggest you start on the left-hand side and work your way across because we can add or subtract in any order. So long as if you have another question that involves maybe some multiplying and dividing and adding and subtracting, you make sure you do your multiplication and your division first, and you can finish with your addition and your subtraction. So I'm going to take the first two numbers, so minus 2 plus 5, so they're different signs. So I'm going to subtract and keep the bigger sign. So I get positive 3 because 5 take away 2 is 3, and 5 is numerically bigger than 2, so I keep the plus. And then I'm going to bring down the minus 13 and the plus 6. So then I go again, 3 minus 13. So these are different signs, so I'm going to subtract and keep the bigger sign. So 13 from 3 leaves us with 10, and we keep the sign which is a minus, so minus 10. And then we bring down the plus 6. And then minus 10 plus 6, again, we have different signs. So different signs, subtract and keep the bigger sign. So 6 from 10 leaves us with 4, and we keep the sign of the 10, which is a minus. So we get minus 4. So check in your calculator if this works. -2 plus 5 minus 13 plus 6 should give you -4.